Hey, good morning everyone. Rob here for Southwest Florida Television. Another breezy morning here. .5 degrees. Expecting today's high to get up around 92. However, with 85% humidity, it's going to feel like 100 today here. Slight chance of showers. Beautiful sky there. Beautiful colors in between the clouds. Even got some purples there this morning. Isn't that something? Even got some purples going. Just gorgeous. I do not see any dead fish along the beach here up at Wiggins Pass this morning. I do not see any dead fish here at the pass. A lot of birds flying around, a lot of seagulls out here, a couple fishermen. I do see fish jumping out in the water. However, right now, along this stretch of beach at the north end of the park, I have not seen any dead fish yet. We'll see what it looks like as we take a little stroll down the beach later this morning. So that's some good news. I definitely hear the fish jumping. That sky. you're just tuning in, again, I have not seen any dead fish up here at Wiggins Pass. The red tide warning is still in effect for Vanderbilt Beach, Delnor Wiggins here, and Barefoot Beach. But I do not see any dead fish up here at the north end of the park. I have not seen one dead fish on the beach here. So that's good news. Really windy out here, so I'm not doing much talking to compete with the wind here. I'm seeing lots of fish in the water here down below me. Some big fish swimming by. Lots of birds out there. Lots of seagulls circling around in the pass. We'll take a little walk down the beach when the sun comes up and see what it looks like. Let's just watch the sunrise. And yes, it is purple. We do have a purplish tint in the sky this morning. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now I see some dead fish. They're up on the high tide line up here. Looks like all mullet, all dead mullet. But I see quite a big line of them here. These could be here still be here from yesterday. But there's a line of them. All the way down towards the end of the beach, the northernmost end of the beach at Delnor Wiggins. Quite a few of them here. And that's where they end, right there. So there's quite a large concentration of them right there. Colors earlier. I think I got a good picture of it to share later. Those purples and yellows. Now it's starting to fade out. Still got a purple tint though, a little bit of a purple tint. There's so many seagulls out here. They're all over on the other side of the pass right now, where they're just taking off, coming back over here. Well, maybe not. Look at them all. Wow. Still pretty dark out here. Roy had a little adventure here last night. There's an osprey right up overhead here, circling around. Roy and Jennifer had a little adventure here at the park last night. They went to get themselves out to open up the lock to get out, and the gate code didn't work. They were freaking out. They were locked in the park for about an hour. Fortunately, I was able to get in touch with one of the rangers. What had happened is they put the wrong combination in on the gate, the rangers. What's printed on our annual passes is different than what the rangers put in when they changed the combo for this month. But Roy and Jennifer, for some reason, called 911 when they were locked in here. And that is not a 911 call. That was a very, very bad decision. They could have just called the emergency number for the park. But anyway, after about an hour and a half, they got out. So I'm sure we're going to hear about that from Roy. I'm over here checking on something here, the status of these new little mangrove sproutlings, whatever you want to call them. A lot of little new mangrove trees I think we're going to have over here. I can see a lot of little, if you look really close, really close here, you can see all the mangroves sprouting down here. See them? Tons of them here, tons of them now. Just incredible. I'm kind of hoping they rope this area off so people don't trample over them. But look at all these little mangrove seed pods that are sprouting here. Absolutely incredible. Hundreds and hundreds of them. Wow, more dead fish even over in here. More fish got washed up into here. If you look close, you can see them over here. Just a few more down this way. I guess they just didn't, I don't know if these washed up last night or if they didn't get them cleaned up from yesterday. As you can see, all the color's gone now from the sky. The tide is on its way out, getting lower and lower as I speak. Somebody asked, why don't the birds eat these dead fish? Well, the birds know that there's something wrong with them. They will not eat them. They peck the eyes out. That's all they do. You can see there's a little plover right there pecking at one. They just peck the eyeballs out of them. That's the only thing they'll eat. This is the only place I've seen these fish so far is up at the north end here. going to be interesting to see what it looks like further down to the south. Some nice colors out there. Can you hear the birds in the background?
Hey Rob, what a glorious morning, isn't it?
Wasn't that color something earlier?
Boy, that wind blows.
Did you see the sky was purple this morning? The king of the hill up there. There's the king of the hill.
Got in all right this morning, huh?
Yes, sir.
Come after me, 'cause I listened to the combination so long.
No, I got here before you.
This was all, and you must have
No,
turned
I always,
away from it.
no, I leave it on it when I open it.
That was
Well, there's a lot of people come in and out of here.
Yeah, but
not just you
how
and
do
me.
they know how to get in?
It's the code on the,
No, it isn't.
yeah, it is.
It is not.
You want to bet?
Yes.
How much? Mark
$1
changed.
million.
Mark changed it.
$1 million.
Mark changed it last night after I talked to him on the phone.
Oh, he changed the lock now?
Yeah. You put the one in that was on the paper to get in here
You
this
should have
morning.
done that to begin with. Now, wait a minute. No.
Yes,
This
right.
morning,
Don't argue.
this morning, this lock thing will never get straightened out. This morning, when I came through the lock, I put the changed amount in and I got in, not what was printed on my page.
Well, your car wasn't here in the parking lot when I got here, and I put the one that's on the paper in. So how did that work?
That's interesting.
Did they got two on there?
Apparently so. Both combinations work.
Because he came out last night and changed it.
Change the lock to
Right,
what's on the
right
paper.
after you got out. Yeah. How do you think you got out?
I put in the new lock.
The wrong number. You put the wrong number in that I gave you.
Well, the one you gave me, you talked to Terrence.
No.
I don't know how
I
you got
talked
a
to
hold
one
of
of the
him.
other rangers.
Well, okay, you got a hold of a
And
ranger.
you put that number in, which was the wrong number. They put the wrong number in the lock.
They put the wrong number on the page. Well, whatever they
No,
did.
they
whatever
know they
did,
screwed up. They put the wrong one on the lock.
So the page was right. They just put the wrong one in
Right,
the lock.
they put the wrong one.
But I put the wrong one in last night to get out.
Right, last night.
Yeah.
Right.
And this morning I put the wrong one in to get in.
Huh.
Isn't that interesting?
Maybe there's a way to have two.
I put the wrong one in to get in.
Hmm.
And that's the only way it worked.
Very interesting.
And you put the right one in to get in?
Yep, the one that's on the paper.
Isn't that interesting? The lock apparently replies to both figures. But it didn't last night.
And there should have been a line of cars here
I would think so.
if you got here if it wasn't the one on the paper. I mean, because there was this one guy. He was out here when I got out here.
That's certainly interesting, isn't it?
But it's the one on the paper now, so just use that one for
Not
sure.
The one they gave me last night.
Nope, not that one. He came out here, and we're just lucky I was able to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
It was
'Cause
kind
we
of
tried everything. I had the city police. There were 2 policemen there. Not 1, but 2.
oh, you just need to go. You should have just come right back to the gatehouse.
I
And
did that.
you called the emergency number that's on the gatehouse.
Is there an emergency number on
Yep.
the gatehouse?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
It
I
rings.
sent Jenny back.
It
to,
rings at their house.
Huh?
It rings over. I guess it goes to one of their houses.
Well, that's interesting. I'll have to check on that.
There was
Because I thought maybe Wally and Jackie were living in the storage area, their maintenance area. So I sent her back to check on that. She said the trailer was there, but they weren't there.
Oh, they have a trailer here, Wally and Jackie?
Yeah, that's where they live because they're volunteers. So she must have gone through the gate then too. I never saw the emergency.
And I don't know, but it probably doesn't work, the one on the cell phone, on the website.
We called everybody in sight. We called Dave, couldn't get him. And Jenny knew an old ranger, Mac, called him. He didn't know anything about the lock, the combination, or didn't have a key.
Yeah, well, it's all...
Called the police. We called 911. The police came out, and he said he didn't have any key. He said, we don't administer this park. We don't know anything about it. So then another policeman came out, and he said, well, it's run by the Fish and Wildlife. So I said, please call your office and have them contact Fish and Wildlife. He called back to their office, and they said, we can't get a hold of Fish and Wildlife. Can you believe the police department couldn't get a hold of Fish and Wildlife?
Well, the fire department has a key.
Oh, the fire department does? Should have called them. Never thought
Yeah,
about
to get
that.
in here in an ambulance or a fire truck in an emergency.
That's a thought.
That's why there's...
How do you get the fire department? Because when you call 911, you get the police department.
Yeah, it's really, you shouldn't be calling 911 for this.
Well, that's what the ranger guy said we should do. This Mac that didn't have any, it was a retired ranger or something.
Yeah, that's why there's, if you look, there's a couple different locks on that thing now.
No, not anymore. There were 2 locks on before.
Yeah.
One.
Well, one was for the other people and one was for the park people.
No, but it used to be 2 key locks.
Yeah. One was for the emergency people and one was for the park people, and they took the second one off now? Huh.
It was because they had the old key and the new key. That was it. Now the old key doesn't fit there anymore.
Listen to those
Anyway,
birds.
so much for
Well, you got out. That's all that matters.
Yeah, they got in.
Now are you going to get out?
Well, that's interesting that I got in with that combination you gave me
That
last
is.
night.
That is interesting. I don't know how that worked.
That's how it worked.
Because when I pulled in, I left it on the old one.
Oh, and they was
When
all
I got in.
scrabbled when I got there. The fishermen must have changed it.
No, there's somebody that goes out here early in the morning. I've seen them when I've been coming in.
Yeah, there is somebody who leaves early.
And if I don't get here in time, they've already locked the gate, and I'll see them like up by the stop
And
sign.
they always scrabble it, don't
Yep.
they? Yeah.
I don't know who that is, if it's somebody, one of the rangers here that lives here, or...
So the fire department would be able to open it.
Yeah, they're
not
supposed
the
to have
police
access.
department.
Yep. That's what one of the rangers told me. He said, they... FWC, too.
What's FWC?
Florida Fish and Wildlife, FW.
Yeah, but the police department didn't know how to get over.
That's Florida law enforcement.
Isn't it that?
Yeah, they can't get a hold of FWC.
Or at least the girls. I don't know. They called back. When the second officer came, said it's FWC,
Yep.
Wildlife, I said, good, get a hold of them. And then they called back to the office, and no, we don't know how to get a hold of them.
Look how flat that water is there. Look at that.
Hey, look at this color coming out.
Yeah, we're getting a little
Ah,
color.
geez.
But look at that water right there.
Yeah. Oh, by geez, look at the sky.
There is
Not
a
enough of all that, no, bud.
there is a ton of dead fish up there.
Oh, that's too bad.
Right up
Oh,
there.
Along the beach there weren't, though. Unless
You didn't see any walking along?
No.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good, it's right. And it isn't burning my eyes or anything.
Nope, we got as long as they say as long as this wind keeps blowing, it's good. boat coming out, Roy?
Yeah.
Is this yours? Yours is bigger?
I got a crew on it.
That
That's kind of captain.
that looks like the boat, though. That's the one from that place that looks like the one from where you might have put your application
Oh,
in.
you think this is the Deepwater Cruises or whatever pleasure cruise?
The ones they just come out here for sunset.
I thought they had kind of more of a regular boat with a cabin and all that.
I think that's
They
it.
have the name on the side too, I think.
You would think.
Whatever it
It's
is.
got a bathroom on the back.
Yeah, I'd like to have that job if that's the one. He said to apply in November.
Fly in November.
So that's he said when he sees me.
Well, that Roy at the helm.
Boy,
That would be neat.
look forward to that.
That would be something else. I have to go out with you, you know.
Good,
I have to go out there to supervise.
good.
We'll go out and video the dolphins.
That'll be wonderful.
I'm pretty sure that's that boat, and it looks like they might have a private little charter they're gonna do.
Really?
Yep, because probably at La Playa, you go out here and you come back in.
Well, there is a cruise boat that's got like a cabin on it. It's a regular boat, not a catamaran.
There's
That I've
yeah,
seen come out.
There's
Like
a-
they dock over.
yeah.
the
That's
beach.
that's from
Everybody pours out.
that's the one of those Tarpon Cove. It's a community over here.
Oh yeah.
One of these communities up a river.
Oh, I see.
And and that's part of one of the amenities is they have that boat when you live there that brings you to the beach here.
Nice. They still are gonna need a captain on that. Then that
There
one.
you go.
Where
Every
are
boat
they?
needs a captain.
Tarpon Cove is the name of it.
Yeah. It's if you come down Wiggins Pass Road, you'll see the entrance to Tarpon Cove. They got a guard out front.
To get a hold of their phone number.
Tarpon Cove. Look at the birds over there. No Pinky.
No Pinky this morning.
So windy though. Windy. Feels good though. Really cools it off, that breeze.
You got a hold of the ranger last night.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that it was wrong. Huh?
Well, he told me what it was. And I said, well, that's not what's on the paper.
Uh-huh.
He said, oh.
So he must have.
So he said, did he have to come over here and let you out? I said, no, because that's after I gave you the number that he gave me. I said, no, they got out. He says, well, I'm going to go change it.
But did he know that wasn't what was published on the paper?
No, that's what they thought was on the paper. Somebody got it mixed up when they put it in there.
I see. He knew what he put in, but
He knew what he put in. He thought it was the right one, but it was only one number different there.
Yeah.
Somewhere it got lost in the mixed up in the translation.
I thought you got a hold of Terrence and he knew about it or something.
I got a hold of Mark.
Oh, Mark.
Mark's been here the longest.
Yeah. Well, it's good you had his number.
Well, I've got him online. I just found him. He was on the internet. So I texted him.
Oh. He was on the internet just
Looking at videos, doing whatever. Watching.
That was a lucky break.
Yeah.
Well, Jenny thought to call you. I even told her my call. I had me in Robbie.
Well, that's what she said. Could you come down here? What am I going to do? I told her I don't have a magic wand that opens the gate.
Yeah, that's right. But she insisted she called you, and lucky she did. But I got a hand. Those two officers were nice guys, and they didn't seem about to leave me in the lurch there.
Well, that was nice of them.
Yeah, I figured maybe they were going to get a locksmith or a bowler with a bolt cutter or a welding torch, and, well, something. I didn't think they were going to leave me in there. police officers.
Now, there's always somebody here in the park, always.
Well, I was hoping there was, but Jenny couldn't. She said there were no lights on back by the maintenance area there either.
Oh yeah, she shouldn't.
I thought that Terrence lived in the park.
They
Or
do.
somewhere.
2 rangers live here.
Yeah, but where?
Back there by the maintenance, there's 2 houses. Right behind the maintenance area. 2 houses up on, you know, up high on stilts. And most parks have at least one family of volunteers too, you know, in their trailer, like Walter and Jackie.
Well, they weren't there, Jenny said. They sent her back. I was hoping they'd be there.
Or Wally and Jackie.
Yeah. Where are the ranger houses? Did you get there?
I don't want to say on here.
Okay.
But they don't want people coming around their houses,
I got
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're back there. Yep, there's all the parks have, like, you know, our ranger James here, you know, James
Yeah.
with the hat and the guitar.
Yeah.
He lives at one of the state parks right up the road here.
Uh-huh.
That's where he lives, at Koreshan State Park up in Estero. Look at the glow.
Yeah, it's 7:31.
We got a glow, but we don't have the sun.
I wonder if we're going to see it because it should be up now.
I think I'm going to start down the beach.
I'm going to hang in there for a while.
You're going to hang up. If you're going to wait for that sun to get up over the clouds, you might get a little peek of it right there.
That's what I'm hoping.
See that little hole?
Yeah.
Can you see it there?
Yeah.
Might get. It's getting pretty bright down right in the trees.
Or tucked way down in by those dead limbs, you mean?
Yeah, right under the dead limbs. Should be higher than that though by now. It's coming up later and going down earlier. Still pretty out here though. Still beautiful colors. There's our boat over there.
Yeah. even that's a little bit too much for me.
That's you and me right there, Roy.
They get a fortune for outboard motors these
It's
days.
crazy.
We used to get them for $25.
That's me and Roy's boat right there. The SS Minnow. Right there on the beach. Yeah, the price of those outboards is just unbelievable now. Those big ones.
We used to get automobiles for $5, so things have changed a little bit. A Ford Tin Lizzie, we called them.
A Ford Tin Lizzie.
$5 you could get them.
You could buy a car for $5?
Yeah, they ran.
A used one, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
How much was a new one? 35, 40 bucks?
I don't remember. I never bought a new one.
That's
I
amazing.
know
Buy
I
a
got
car
one
for
$5
$5.
because I used it to build a rope tow in our ski hill. Stump run.
And you use the motor for it?
Stump run, yeah. I put the rope around
The
rim
wheels?
and, yeah, it worked good. and made a rope tow. We made it our own.
So if you hit the gas, you could have took somebody up there pretty fast.
Yeah. We called it stump run. It was all stumps.
Stump
when
run.
we came down, we had to avoid the stumps. It was pretty steep.
Boy, the birds are feasting over there. Pelicans, seagulls, man, everything.
Back
over
my
there.
buddy and I did that, and one night I was peacefully at home, but my stomach kind of hurt. And he calls up, he says, "We're going out to Stump Run and get some of the logs out of there." I said, "No, I don't feel too good. My stomach." He says, "Come on, don't be sly." He gives me the big harangue, so he comes and picks me up, and we're lifting logs. And I said, "Gosh, my stomach really hurts." The next morning, I was for an emergency appendectomy.
Look right Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You had appendicitis?
I could have died lifting logs out the night before.
Oh my Lord. Look.
Telling him my stomach hurt.
Can you see in the center of
He
this?
just said, "You're slacking off, work harder."
There's Pinky over there.
He was a tough guy.
There's old Pinky.
Is Pinky over there?
Yeah. See, look here on the screen.
Oh yeah, I
See him over there? Yeah.
Right there.
She's checking out all the fish. Just got that one concentration of dead fish up here. Just a whole bunch of them just up at the north end here. All along here. She's watching her. Hey, did you see all the mangroves sprouting all along here? There's like tons of them.
It's from this little hole.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to rope it off. I mean, so people don't kick them over. There's a lot of them.
There's a good chance they'll get washed back out.
You think so?
Yeah.
Some of them are really. I've been watching them for a couple weeks. It's amazing.
The hard part about the mangroves is every time we get one of those super high tides, when it does this whole thing, it just.
And you never know. It changes every month.
Every week it changes.
It's like you don't know what it's going to look like over here.
We have a lagoon right now.
I know.
Or a lake, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lagoon. Now it's a lake.
It's kind of awesome.
Yep, it's amazing.
Okay with it.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
You too. Yeah, sad with looking at all these dead fish here. Very, very sad. We're gonna walk down the beach and see what it looks like. See if there's any more dead fish along the beach. We are still under a red tide warning. They say we're under actually moderate, which is a step above low. But I'm just still amazed at all these little mangroves. See all these little seed pods sticking up here? There's just tons of new mangroves. Hopefully they'll take root and grow. I mean, they have taken root. All these little, they look like little sticks with little leaves on top of them. They're just all over the place. And that's a good sign. That's a good thing if they do mature. Still kind of dark out here, unfortunately. The sun is buried behind the clouds. Some heavy clouds there. time to start moving down the beach here. See what it looks like. Our Colorado friends are back. Our shark tooth hunters. Good morning. Welcome back. How you doing?
We're just solving the stock market.
Solving the stock market.
He's a stock market genius.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll be yeah, don't we all?
You know Robb, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, perfect timing. You came down with the red tide, came back. Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, there's a bunch of dead fish up there. Yeah, it's all mullet. It's all mullet. Have you walked the beach yet?
We did yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they picked him up yesterday, so I guess none came in last night. Fortunately.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
How you doing, Rob?
Good. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Still here.
Still there?
M&M. Oh, any luck on shark's teeth? Six shark's teeth? Wow. Well, I've been saving them. I've been leaving them in there for you guys, so you should do really well. I'll see you later on. Bye. We'll see them out in the mornings looking for shark's teeth there. No signs of dolphins popping up here. But look at that water right here, how flat that water is. That is just amazing. As flat as can be right there. Very shallow, very, very shallow here. The tide's still going out. The tide is very low right now. Looks like it's going to be a pretty low tide. No signs of any fish yet along the beach here. So far, the only place I've seen the dead fish was around the corner here, in the very corner, the northern corner of the park, around the pass over here, back in there. So far, that's the only place I've seen the fish piled up. And they could very well be from yesterday. So far, none along the beach here. I'll go have a chat with Roy later this morning and share that with you. It's been a few days since we sat down and talked. Our schedules just weren't aligning. Yeah, there's an osprey up there in the pine tree. You can see it from here. If you look really close there, see it out there on the end of the branch? One of our osprey buddies. I can hear it calling out from here. I'm going to go up on the nature trail here. Maybe snap off a quick photo here. Just love these early morning colors. Kind of soft this morning without the sun being out full. You really don't see a lot of the colors in the trees. Cut through here. Take a peek down here by the water. Pretty quiet up here this morning. Really quiet. And that wind is blowing from the east today, so it's blowing straight offshore, really flattening out the Gulf there. Oh, there's Dexter. We'll have to catch him. Just missed him going around the corner here. Hey, Dexter. Dexter. I saw you through the trees in that bright green shirt. How you doing today?
Fine, thank you. How you doing?
How's the beach looking today?
You know, down on Vanderbilt Beach, you had a tractor pulling what's called a surf rake, and there was quite a few fish down there.
A lot of fish on Vanderbilt?
But now on down in Wiggins, I didn't see a single fish. They have them all picked up.
Really?
Yeah, there's no fish on this beach.
Wow.
So I'm not sure what it's like up here.
Just when you get to the very end, there's a big concentration of them, but that is it.
Okay.
So there was none on the beach down here?
None on down on Wiggins Beach, and they're cleaning them up down on Vanderbilt.
Well, maybe that tide's moving away from us, that red tide.
I hope so.
Yeah, everybody hopes so. Man.
That's for sure.
Wow.
I saw 4 dolphins, though.
You saw 4 dolphins already this morning?
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Down in Wiggins, probably by Area 3.
Which way were they headed?
They were actually headed south.
It figures. We didn't see any up here. We missed them this morning, but
Huh.
Oh well, lucky you. It was your turn.
I guess
Everybody gets a turn to see the
I think
dolphins.
so, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Everything good?
Yep, everything good. How about for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
You have to give me the name to those new restaurants.
I do. I'm waiting. We haven't done their videos yet. We're waiting to get the contract signed, and when that happens,
Okay.
they got to get on the app.
Okay.
All right. See you later. Have a good walk. Yep. Wow, he saw 4 dolphins down at the south end of the park this morning, and he said he did not see a single dead fish on the beach down here. So that is good news. They've got the beach here at Del Nor Wiggins cleaned up. They're working on cleaning up Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt had a lot. From what I saw in the news this morning, there were a lot of dead fish on Vanderbilt Beach. And the county has big tractors that pull rakes, surf rakes they call them, that cleans up the beach. Unfortunately, Del Nor Wiggins, they use good old-fashioned elbow grease. They pick all those fish up by hand. It's all about money. This park here generates a lot of money for Florida state parks. This park right here, Del Nor Wiggins Pass State Park, carries a lot of our other parks here in Florida, our smaller parks. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's good in one way, but it kind of is bad in others because they don't get the funding here for this park that they need to maintain it. You know, with machinery and everything is done by hand. But the other parks need to survive too. Another neat thing here is the Friends of Del Nor Wiggins Pass State Park. They have fundraisers here. Think about becoming a member of Del Nor Wiggins, the Friends of Del Nor Wiggins. They do fundraisers for the park, coordinate some great volunteer efforts here at the park. Yeah, I'm looking at the water here. The tide is going out in the pass, so the water always gets a little discolored here, but it is a little brownish color here. A little reddish brown. But I do not see any dead fish. I don't see any dead fish out in the water. I haven't seen dead fish floating out in the water. Yesterday when we came out, we saw dead fish out in the water. I don't see them now. I have not seen any at Del Nor Wiggins. I'm looking for our little bait fish that are usually swimming around here. Now I don't see them up along the shore. We had such a I don't know what's going on up here. The birds were just going nuts. It sounded like there were birds up here fighting. I'd love to go out there in the water, but I got a cut on my foot, so I am not going to be going out into the water for a little while. I'm looking for those schools of little fish. Yeah, they're out there. I see them out there, just offshore. They're usually in a little closer though. Usually you can see them right along the edge here. Kind of overcast right now. Oh, there goes a feeding frenzy out there. Look at them. Look at all those fish jumping. Wow. Did you see that? That was incredible. That was pretty cool. That was pretty neat. So there's life out there. That's proof right there. You can see the birds hanging here, waiting for some little fish to swim by. And the two seagulls just dove into the water back there. If you look really close here, you can see the little fish. It's really hard here. If you look really close, you can see them. They're out there. They're still out there swimming around. More good news. The other thing is I have not gotten any whiffs of the red tide. I have not smelled it. That was a horrible smell. I forgot to check the flags to see if they had a purple flag up. And I didn't see a sign up. I didn't notice a sign this morning by the front gate. They'll usually have a sign when the red tide is here. It will just say red tide present. Darn, I forgot to check for that. But the water does not look as nice as it did a few days ago, that's for sure. It's got kind of a brownish, reddish brown tint to it. Sometimes those seagulls just fly right up to me. I think they're thinking about landing on my head or something. Or maybe doing something else on my head, I don't know. No dead fish. The only dead fish so far were the ones way up in the corner of the park up by Wiggins Pass. So far, it's the only ones I've seen this morning. I don't see any floating out in the water. They're usually pretty easy to spot out there. I do not see any floating out there. Hopefully, this little brush with the red tide is all we're going to have, and things are going to get back to normal here. But I don't know. I can't predict that. I don't know if anybody can. Wish the sun would come out over the clouds. Would give us a lot better look at the water. Get to see the true colors here. It looks like it's changing colors here. It's getting clearer the further south I get. The sun's peeking out there just a little tiny bit, peeking out from under the clouds. Gorgeous sunrise this morning. Did you see that? Were you here for the beginning of the feed and see that purple sky this morning? That was pretty cool. Here we got a little light now. You can see the water. Not looking bad here, not looking bad. You can see the bottom. Got a big group of seagulls up here and ahead of me. In their little gathering spot here in Area 4. Still looking good here. Not seeing any dead fish, not seeing any in the water. Even if you don't see them on the beach, a lot of times you'll see them floating out in the water. I am not seeing them out there. There's a dolphin right over here. A dolphin just came up right over here. Which way is he going? He's going out. See him there? He just popped up. Heading up the beach. See him over there? Heading up the beach. All right, we got to see a dolphin. Hallelujah. Making his way back up here, up towards Roy. See him out there? See if we see him come up again. Yeah, he's pretty far out there now. Getting further and further out. Sometimes they'll come back in up here towards the north end. Right now he's getting further out. Let's see. Good morning. We'll go see if he turns and comes back in up here. There should be another one in tow behind here. Well, I don't know where he went now. He's way out there. Way out there. Darn it. There's Roy making his way to us. There's the boss, Terrence. That's our park manager, just went by. These rangers did a great job cleaning up the beach yesterday. A fantastic job. Here's a look at the water now. Not looking bad. Not looking bad here. The sunlight just starting to hit it here. Extremely calm, super calm. I thought we might get lucky and see another dolphin coming up the beach here. Although they all went down south this morning. Dexter said he saw 4. Now we just saw that one coming back up. Old Roy coming down the beach here. Good old Roy. God bless him. Looks so small out on this big beach. It's just a little reminder of how small we are on this planet. It is gonna be a hot one.
Dexter said he saw 4 dolphins down here.
Yeah, one just came by here, came up in here.
Oh, really?
But then he went way, I lost him. He went way out.
Huh.
He just started swimming out and I lost sight of him. But I'm thinking there might be another one coming in if there's one.
That'd be nice. sun, all of a sudden it's hot, isn't it?
Yep.
Up above the clouds there. Oh, I had a good chat with that Mike this morning.
Yeah, they're nice people.
Yeah.
There he is, right there. Right there is the dolphin.
Oh, yeah.
See the water rippling?
Yeah.
He's coming in closer. He's going to come in up here, I think. Still. See if we can get you a look at him here. He's pretty far out. Still pretty far out. But he's really coming up and blowing hard when he comes up. See him out there? Oh, I missed him there. It's just to the left of that white marker. See if we see him pop up. The water is really, really shallow right now. Very, very shallow for him to come in, him or her. Kind of hard to see. It's right out in front of that white marker, between me and that marker right now. Coming towards it, coming in towards the shore. Oh, now he popped up over here. I don't know where that dolphin's going. It's right out. It's just splashing around by that white marker. He's right directly in between me and that marker, that buoy. Well, he was. Now he's to the right of it. You can just kind of see the water splashing a little bit. Gotta look really, really close. It's kind of there. Did you see him come up? Did you see him below? Now he's chasing a fish. He will not come in close here. He won't come in close.
That's good.
He's just been hanging around out there.
That's great.
He like turns towards us, but then he doesn't. He stops and goes back out. But he's out there
Yep. Right
blowing around. You see
Yeah.
that water shooting up out of his blowhole.
yeah. Yeah, you just sort of stick around this area.
Yeah,
That's great. You got to see a dolphin.
I did. I got one. I was waiting for the rest of them to show up. The other three.
Yeah.
And there he is again.
Yeah.
It's over. He's making his way to the south now, to the left.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe he'll come in closer.
Okay.
All right, Dexter.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, have a great walk.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yep, you too. Well, that dolphin went way out. He's still out there. I wish I could get you a good look at the dolphin, but it is out there, way out there, just splashing around. But just a bit too far for the camera here. I was really hoping the others might be showing up here. The good old dolphins, you just never know when they're going to make an appearance here. Sometimes you're just walking along and boom, all of a sudden there they are, right next to you. They just come out of nowhere sometimes. It's just amazing. He's coming in a little closer now. Maybe we'll get to see it. Let me see here if I can find him. He's coming in up towards the trees here. See if you see him out there. Can you see him? Just he's not coming in close this morning. Not coming in close. Well, I tried. That's all I can do is do my best to follow him along here and try and get you a look. Listen to our osprey up here. Uh-oh. Not bad. There's one dead fish. One dead mullet floating out there. And I just saw a bunch of big snooks swimming underneath it. Well, there is one fish floating out there. That's the first one I've seen in the water this morning. So they're coming in from somewhere, coming in from deeper water. It's been all mullets that we've been seeing, all mullets that have been affected by this red tide. It doesn't surprise me because there is an incredible number of them out here in the water lately, just an incredible number of mullet. I was on my way down to see the birds down here in Area 4, and then I stopped and Roy came along. I was chatting with Roy, and then boom, I saw the dolphin. Tried to follow the dolphin, but I didn't have much luck this morning with that one dolphin. Maybe we'll see another one, you never know. Keep my eyes open for you. It is beautiful here. That's the boss right there. Looks like he was up picking up the dead fish. It looks like he was up picking up the dead fish that we saw earlier this morning. Now that's a good boss, isn't it? He is not afraid to get his hands dirty. That's Ranger Terrence, Ranger T. You can find Ranger T on Facebook. Ranger T, T-E-E. That's Terrence, our park manager. Great guy. Look at all the birds. Just beautiful. That's our friends Mike and Maria making their way down the beach looking for shark's teeth. They're here from Colorado. Now that the sun's coming up, the water's not looking too bad here. Not looking that bad. Looks a little better the further south I get, though. Boy, it is quiet and peaceful out here, and you know, partially I'm sure that's due because of the red tide. All over the news this morning, they're telling people to stay away from the beach if you have respiratory problems. But I do not smell anything out here. I'm not having any problems breathing. What does this seagull have in its mouth? What did that seagull have in its mouth? An old skeleton of a fish. I was making sure it wasn't plastic. Looks like the spine, an old spine bone from a fish down there. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't a piece of plastic. Didn't want to see it choking on plastic. It's going back in the water looking for it. Amazing it found it. It's just absolutely amazing that that seagull found that. It went right back to where it dropped it and pulled it out of the water. That was just absolutely amazing. They must have really, really keen eyesight. I don't think it liked it that much. After all that work, it wasn't that good. Go look for something else. Remember old Charlie the seagull we used to see every morning? Old Charlie. And just kind of drifted away on us. Just can't get over how calm it is out here, how flat that water is. I'm keeping my fingers crossed and praying that that red tide has moved on. We'll find out tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to test the water today. I don't know how frequently they do the water testing. But as you see, so far this morning, it's looking good out here. I hear the ospreys over here in the trees by Roy, here in Osprey. Or by, sounds like they're in the trees by the nest somewhere. See if we can get a look. I hear them up there, I just don't see them. I heard one of them, I heard one screeching out from up here somewhere, calling out. I gotta get down past the trees a little bit so I'm not looking into the sun and look back at them. Can you hear them in the background there? I see one up there. I see one. Right up in there. Making quite a racket. There's another one. I hear another one down to the right of me, down further to the south. There's one to the north and one to the south of this one. Huh. Very, very cool. Look at that blue. Look how blue that water is this morning. That's our Wednesday morning blues. Get you closer to the water here. Looking better as we get further south here. No more fish floating out in the water. I've not seen any more. I saw one dead mullet floating out there, and that was it. I think that offshore wind blew that red tide away. That is great. Hey, if you like what you see and you're feeling generous, if you want to send a little tip, a little thank you, that is always appreciated, always welcome. You can find a link to my PayPal account in the description of this post here if you want to send something, and I do thank you. Times are a little tough right now, and every dollar counts, believe me. So if you enjoy what I do, if you appreciate what I do, and you want to send a little something extra, thank you so much. Maybe think about becoming a supporter of Southwest Florida Television. Those of you that are supporters, thank you. So look back up our beautiful, beautiful beach on a Wednesday morning. And I say beautiful, it is beautiful this morning. Looking forward to that next red tide report. But the beach is pretty quiet here. People a little leery. You can see that tide is really out there this morning. Pretty low tide this morning. I see one. I see another dead fish out there. Just one. Just one. So that's two that we've seen just walking along in Area 4. That is nothing to be alarmed about. I'm sure there's going to be more out there. I don't know if you can see it there. See that little white? Oh, no, you don't want to eat that. Yeah, you don't want to eat that. That's not good. That seagull's trying to pick up that dead mullet out there, but I don't think it's... Nope, it gave up, fortunately. Fortunately. They usually know when the fish are not good to eat. It looks tempting, I'm sure, when they fly over it and just see it floating there in the water, but I think once they get a whiff of it, they know right away, a taste of it, to stay away, because it is toxic to the birds. Last year we had a lot of birds dying that were eating the fish that were contaminated with the red tide. And just come down here just a little further, a few more steps, and then turn around and head back up the beach. We're right up at the north end of Area 3 now. The very south end of Area 4. And I do see a few more fish out in the water here. I see 1, 2, 3. I see more dead fish floating out here. The further south I get, not a lot, like I said. I just see, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Nothing. Nothing like last year by any means. Nothing like last year, thank goodness. I guess one is one too many though, really, when you think about it, but start heading up the beach again. I'll go have my chat with Roy a little later this morning and share that with you. It's been a while since we've heard from him. Go have that chat with Roy, see if he's got a good thought for the day for us. I don't know how many days it's been since I've sat down with him. 3 days maybe, since we sat down and had a little chat and heard some harmonica music. Getting a low battery warning here, which means it's getting close to time to sign off. I did get a little whiff of the red tide back there. Got a little whiff of it. Made me cough a little bit. So it's definitely still lingering around somewhere. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching today. It's kind of a quiet morning. It's kind of sad seeing those dead fish early this morning up at Wiggins Pass, but hopefully that's going to be the last of it. Ooh. My gimbal battery just died. Hopefully that'll be the last of the dead fish we see. Hopefully the red tide will move away or break up, whatever, dissipate. But thanks for watching. Remember, if you like what you see and you want to send a little tip, it is always appreciated, always welcome. I do thank you in advance. You can find a link to my PayPal account in the description of this post. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless.